Good afternoon, everyone.
Wow.
I'm back.
It's Baby J and the band.
It's good to be here.
Baby J in the house.
There is
Baby
no band.
J and painting painting explosion effects with
I'm
Baby
gonna let
J
him try and figure that one out.
and ladies and gentlemen,
Christopher.
we have Baby J in the house today.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Back from the dead.
I am back from the basement again.
The basement.
Unchained from whence I've come from.
From whence I came, here he is.
Hey, we're
Baby
back.
J.
Hello, everyone.
Wow. We have Flapjack, Thumb Palette, Sarcastic, Rattlecan, Wad.
All you
Look at all these
wonderful,
great people.
beautiful people.
They're wonderful, aren't you? Mo, welcome in.
Y'all are fantastic. I missed y'all.
Yeah.
How are you doing today?
You know,
Good?
I think everybody's doing great now that you're here.
Oh, that's so kind of you to say. Let's let them
Is
speak
it?
for themselves, shall we?
Is it kind of me to say, or is it just because we missed you and no, he will not do a flip, Kenny. We will not have him do a flip.
Is that Kenny?
That is Kenny, I believe. Kenny, no flips. No flipping. We're not gonna flip. No flip.
I'm not doing a flip for you,
The
Kenny.
flip is not happening. Anyway,
All right.
hey, here we go.
We have things to show you.
Let's
Models
have you.
to paint. Techniques to unravel.
We're doing painting some explosions today, aren't we?
Yes, sir. You want to zoom in on
Yeah.
this? Punch in. There
All right.
we go.
So, Baby J, what are we doing?
So we are going to start by painting this fantastic little explosion here at the bottom. Things flying everywhere.
Yep.
Dangerous explosion stuff. We're going to give you a quick once-over on how to do this.
And that was done with our brush on primer.
This was primed with our brush-on primer at Adepticon.
Nice.
That's why it's not 100% fully covered, but we'll show you that this is all you need to make sure that
Heck, if you need brush on primer, it's right there.
I don't need brush-on
Solo
primer.
Tear
This is great.
says, question before I sleep. Oh, wow. Super quick. What's the best way to use Brush Goop Jordan?
Brush goop?
Yeah.
That is so unfortunate because I literally was just using it before the stream. Should I do a demo over here real quick?
Sure, you could.
Right. I'll use my nasty brush.
Nasty brush.
All right. So we have the amazing, fantastic brush goop.
Yep.
So easiest way to use this stuff. You take the back end of your brush, scoop out a little bit of the brush goop. This is a bigger brush, so I'm going to scoop out a little extra here. It's also particularly nasty. So we got the soap on the back of the brush. Palm of your hand. Boom. Deposit soap into the palm of your hand.
Nice.
Wet your brush. Get it nice and wet. Very wet. And then what we're going to do is we're going to massage the bristles of the brush into the soap on your hand. And just keep on going back and forth. You don't want to go straight down, right? You want to keep at an angle like this.
Nice.
So that you're kind of just using the brush like you normally would when you're painting a model. And you're applying a little bit of pressure and kind of agitating the bristles as you're rotating them here. And as we agitate them,
Nice.
this might take a couple of rounds here because this brush has got some pretty old dried paint in it.
Sure.
You'll start to see that there's going to be some discoloration in the soap as we start to break up that paint.
Yeah.
And you can see here I'm
Nice.
getting it nice and frothy. We're really kind of agitating it a little bit more normal. This is mostly because the paint that's all dried up is in this back end here. And you can see when I press the tip of the brush, it only does halfway.
Yeah.
The rest is all super dried paint. So this is going to take a little bit more effort than normal to kind of break apart. Normally, if you have just a brush that you've been using pretty heavily, that's like a normal detail brush, you'll be able to do 1 or 2 rounds of the brush scoop and it'll take it right out.
Nice.
Something that's this kind of far gone, I'll call it, will definitely take a little bit more effort, a little bit of extra agitation. You can also use your fingers to kind of massage the soap into the bristles of the brush.
Nice.
Right?
Yep. Uh-huh.
So use that. It'll help break up some of that. We can get a little bit more on here.
Cool.
More. Get a little bit more water on there. Suds it up even more.
Get it real nice and clean.
Get it nice and clean. And the funny thing is, like, even just this little bit of conditioning that we're doing to the brush will help a lot.
Yeah.
Even though we're not taking away too much of that super dry paint at this second. It takes, like I said, when it's that solid, it definitely takes... We're making a little bit of progress here. You push a little bit more of the brush over now than we were able to before.
Mm-hmm.
But this really got to kind of dig in there. But this is how you use it.
Cool.
Very simple.
Solitaire, hopefully that answered your question. And speaking of really cool people, Mechanized Imposter, thank you so much for 6 to 18 months. That's great. Thank you for that sub.
Yeah, I would even probably let this
Imposter,
soak
we appreciate you.
with a little bit of this on it for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And just kind of leave it to absorb into that dried paint.
Would it help to let the goop sit in the bristles to loosen the buildup of the paint?
Exactly what I was just talking about.
That's right, sarcastic grandpa.
Yep.
We answer your questions before you ask them.
Correct.
That is the motto
As you're
of
typing,
this stream.
We're answering.
As you're typing, we're streaming. Streaming? Answering?
Answering.
It's all live, folks.
But I mean, you can see there.
That was great.
That's all paint that we got out of the brush.
That's great. Look at you. Jordan still has it, everybody.
Wipe it all off your brush. Rinse out your brush a couple of times.
Would you leave the goop in for a while or just rinse it off to condition, says Solitaire?
That's even better. Right?
Yeah. Good.
Got a good chunk of that out of there. Still needs a ways to go.
Did you hear that, Jordan? Would you leave the goop in for a while or just rinse it off to condition?
Oh, I would leave it on for a while.
It helps.
Sure. Yeah. I mean,
if it's really goopy, I've done that before where I've taken like a terrain brush where I've just done a lot of non-cleaning on it.
Yep. I mean, that's exactly what this is. These are the kind of brushes, like once I've used them for a little bit, they end up just becoming my everything that you shouldn't do to a brush. So they get treated like, I won't say, poorly, to say the least.
Cool.
So yeah, we'll get this all nice and clean. We're gonna have to use this brush here in a second. So,
so Jordan, what colors are you gonna use?
Yeah, so we're gonna kind of go one step at a time here.
We'll do it after you've got your. There you go.
Yeah, I need a new paper towel.
And then, hey, check it out, Jordan. We got a palette cam for you.
I'm gonna need to already rehydrate this wet palette because it's pretty hot over here already.
Yeah, that's a good point. 1 second.
Yeah, we turned the AC on in the side of the building today. Sounds like a big ol' NO to me. That is the sound of Christopher quickly leaving the room because he forgot to do a thing. Tisk, tisk, Mr.
Oh, it was on. It was on.
Oh, yeah.
I just turned that
likely story.
Turned it down just a touch.
Turned it down? Oh, yeah, I
Just
guess
a
that
little
makes sense. I was like, turn it down. We want to turn it up. Well, we definitely want to turn it down, for sure.
So what are you going to do,
All right,
Jordan?
So, to get started, we're going to start with white.
Okay.
Gold titanium white, which I'm trying to find. That's transparent white. I don't know where any colors are right now. Here we go. Bold titanium white. Boom.
Nice.
All right. So, the reason we are starting with bold titanium white is like anything that you want to have for explosion. So, okay. Let me start by explaining how explosions work for a second. So, when we're looking at painting an explosion, what is essentially happening is there's a big ignition, right? Things go boom. Fire starts, ignition happens, explosion starts. Big heat explosion, bright colors, yellow, white, reds, etc. Explosion. Now, what happens as that explosion opens up is you start to develop smoke and billowing kind of clouds of debris and smoke and stuff like that. So the inside of your explosion is going to be the areas where you're going to have those bright colors. So the yellows, the oranges, the kind of red oranges, etc. And then you're going to have grays, like dark grays and kind of lighter grays on top of that, where you see that kind of billowing smoke come out. And you can observe this if you look up references of like explosions and things like that. Be careful when you're using these search terms. To search at your own safety.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Know what you're gonna get. But we're basically gonna throw bold titanium white on all of this explosion stuff here. And the reason we're doing this first is we want to make sure that because we're going to be painting a large portion of this, if anything that we paint over will be able to be painted over very easily. If we get any
I'm going to zoom in a little bit for
white
you.
on other parts of the model, we can paint over it very easily.
Nice. How's that feel? Good?
Yeah. Feels good to me. How's everyone been? It's been a while.
It's been a while, Jordan, but you know what? It was a battle yesterday.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
a battle, but you know,
Please
there
tell.
was a lot of debauchery happening about chairs and me being a good guy or not a good guy, or
Christopher's a wonderful guy.
No, I don't know about that anymore.
I don't know about that, but I do know that Chris Maxushi is a good guy.
This is a cool theme, Baby Jane Chris. Hey, Rattlecan, this is not a cool theme. This is a necessary, heroic theme. We're not just cool.
A necessary evil?
No.
We're not a necessary evil?
Bud, what's up, fellas? How you doing, Bud? Good to learn from Jordan
Hey,
today.
Bud.
Yes, he's doing up some
Good to see you.
some Shatterpoint, doing a little explosion work on this gal. I'm very excited to see this. So just to remind everybody, that's bold titanium white, right, Jordan?
Bold titanium white, one coat. What I'm doing here is I'm kind of continuing to spread it so that it dries fairly evenly as I paint it. This will keep it from pooling in one area, and hopefully get it to dry a little bit quicker. This is always that stage when we're working on these kinds of projects where it takes the longest to dry, and you have to wait before I go to the next step. So I'm trying to make it go as quick as possible for you guys. But basically, you can kind of see these areas where these kind of big pillowy clouds kind of meet. There we go. Thank you, Christopher.
Yeah.
You can even see how the white likes to settle in those recesses. Those are the areas where we're going to be focusing on building up those kind of like explosion kind of feels, right? So, and we're going to kind of follow the more traditional color palette of a flame, right? So when you think about a flame, especially a dirty flame, so how do I want to start talking about this? So when you're talking about fire, there are a couple of different ways that you can approach painting fire, starting with what is the ignition source of the fire, right? So different things will burn differently. So, for example, Christopher, you're giving me a weird look. Are you curious about this?
No. I'm listening.
I think Christopher's going to learn something here.
I'm tended. Going.
He's giving me that. Whoa.
No, keep going. Resay what you're saying.
No, so so depending on what the fuel for the fire is, right? You're going to have a different type of flame.
Right.
And so when you have something that is pretty clean, so what's a good example of something that burns clean? Wood, for the most part, is fairly clean burning. Things like oil are not. So that's when you see, for example, if you've ever seen like an oil explosion, there's tons of billowing black smoke. The reason is that it burns propane, and propane accessories burn clean. There you go. Yeah, gas stove. Yeah, so when you have something that burns clean, you have very little smoke. So you're going to basically have just kind of the pure colors of the fire. So you're going to have your white hot area, your really yellowy hot into the orange, very little red. That's kind of a misnomer for a lot of people when you're looking at painting fire. Flames don't really get to the red. It kind of goes from an orange into either nothing, because that's kind of the end of it, or if it's burning a little dirty, you'll get that kind of smidge of smoke. So it kind of goes directly from that orangey red into like a kind of a burnt orangey red, kind of starting to go into gray, into black territory.
Hey, really quick, value rating with a party of 10. Welcome in, Raiders.
Thank you. Welcome in, Raiders. How you doing today?
Yeah, that all makes sense. Okay. So that's kind of where you're starting from.
Yeah. We're going to give a nice little second coat here.
Nice.
Make sure we got all those crevices. I'm not super worried about the kind of outer part of the explosion here, because that's going to get covered up by colors that are going to have much better coverage. We just want to make sure that those crevices are nicely covered. Which for the most part, I think we've done a good job of getting sorted. Ooh, that spot was good right there.
Welcome in, Raiders.
Welcome
We're
in.
so glad to have you. Thank you so much for that raid.
Thank you.
Value.
How was the stream? Did everybody enjoy everything that was going on?
We're painting up some explosion effects today with
today.
Baby J. Just putting down some bold titanium white.
And some knowledge.
And some knowledge.
We're laying
a little bit of science
down
for you. A
the
little
knowledge.
bit,
Cool. I think we're in a good spot. Now, we can move over to a more normal brush. Trying to get this all nice and clean. All right, now we're going to grab our trusty size 3.
Was painting some poxwalkers. Nice.
We are going to grab some
Very
golden
nice.
yellow.
Warm yellow.
Golden yellow.
Golden yellow.
Golden yellow.
Wow. Okay. For all of you who have just now joined us, welcome in. This is the illustrious Baby J.
The illustrious. Wow.
I just came up with
One
that word.
who
Whoa!
is
Yikes!
of the luster.
Whoa! Welcome in, everybody. We are Monument Hobbies. This is Baby J, and I am Christopher. And we're painting up some smoke effects today.
Oh, we are.
Isn't that right?
That
Explosions? Smoke? There'll be some smoke in the explosions.
Don't let him lie to you, chat. Christopher's lying.
I ain't a liar.
I am a
Don't
liar.
you call me a liar. Speaking of grabbing things, why don't you grab Chris by the collar and toss him out like Uncle Phil and... Oh.
All right.
Billy, that
So
hurt.
now what you're going to see is that you're going to see that I'm painting into these crevices a mixture of, I would say, probably 75% golden yellow and a touch of bold titanium white.
Just a touch.
Just a touch. That 25% gives you a little bit more opacity so that you can kind of do this in one step without having to do multiple different layers of this. And that's why I like adding some nice opaque bright colors into my yellows or my ochres when I paint with them, so that I end up having to spend less time applying them in layers. I can always glaze on top of them after they're dry and bring back that saturation. Because when you mix colors together, especially when you mix a brighter color like white into your yellow, you're losing a little bit of that intense saturation from the yellow. But you can always get it back with a little bit of glazes with either transparents or even just, making glazes out of the golden yellow.
I hear cool painters don't look at explosions. Who knows, Jeremy? I think they do. Baby J's looking right into this explosion. I'm very excited to see how this looks. What is this? What is this thing that blew up here? What is it technically? It looks like one.
Oh, you know what it is?
What
is it? This little kind of square bit here, right? My pointer finger's on it. So this is the side, or like one of the sides of the storage containers.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at a lot of some of the Shatterpoint drop terrain has these little containers in them that have this circle and line design.
I've seen those in Star Wars too.
Yeah, so it's basically just a storage container that blew up.
Okay, that's what I figured. It's got something explosive in it.
Yeah, or it
Or-
got exploded by like
True.
a
Like a
missile launcher or something.
Oh, it's whatever story you're willing to tell, chat.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the Portal campaign cube. Okay, companion cube. Okay, I could see that too for Portal. Thumb palette. I'll give you that one.
All right. So, just going back in, making sure we hit all these recesses with this mixture.
Cliff Jumper. Yes, it's Jordan, and he's painting Shatterpoint. I'm so
Mhm.
happy.
Hey.
We're happy for you. We are happy. We, the people, are also happy that Jordan is happy.
Christopher is very sad though,
Why am I sad?
because you're sad.
I've never been sad in my entire life.
That's a lie. Don't lie to these fine people.
I've never lied in my entire life.
That's a lie. When somebody says they've never lied in their entire life, that is a lie. Which also means that they were lying.
Who is this character, Jordan?
This is Sabine.
Sabine?
Yeah, I believe
Nice.
it's Sabine Wren. I am not the most well versed in the specifics of her story, but she is a.
Northrix says Sabine uses a lot of colorful paint bombs, so it would be another possibility.
That would have been really cool.
Good point.
Oh man,
That's okay. Hey,
well, we'll do that maybe
another time.
Maybe they'll release another really cool Sabine model with some explosions on it at some point in the future, and we'll do it for that.
Nice. I have not, Zazan. I have not watched Andor at all yet. Little Billy, if I can't trust a producer, I can't even trust myself. Little Billy, I don't know how to help you on that one. I am nothing but trustful.
Trustful?
Trustworthy, trustful.
There you go.
Trustful of trust.
Trustful of poop?
Trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
You are not a Boy Scout right now.
Sabine,
okay. You can't pull the wool over my eyes, Christopher.
So, is Sabine, remind me where this gal is from.
I mean, she's a Mandalorian.
She is a Mandalorian, I know
I
that.
believe, right?
I don't
yes,
know.
She is. I'm sorry.
asking the people.
Yes, she is. I forgot that that's like one of her whole shticks, right?
That's her whole shtick.
That's her whole shtick. I mean, to be frank, I really don't know much about
you're
her,
Jordan.
So I'm Jordan.
Not Frank.
Frank.
You can't be Frank if you're already Jordan. So to be Jordan.
No, I can be Frank and also Jordan at the same time.
Trusting Chris is like trusting the apples at a furniture store. Hey, sometimes they're real, sometimes they're not. Take a bite of disappointment in plastic. Hey, I get it.
All right.
Flapjack, you are a good person.
This is going to be one of those types of projects where we're going to have to tell you to trust the process, folks. Trust the process. All right, now we are going to put the gold and yellow back where it belongs, in its correct spot, so that Jason doesn't get mad at me.
I got pictures.
Well, that's
what are you looking for now,
that's
Baby
awesome.
J?
That's a great question. My
eyes are good.
For our AMP orange, yellow, and red orange, which I have just found. These are perfect colors for doing the next stages of this explosion.
Oh, okay.
Oops.
This explosion is making me think of popcorn. Okay.
Yes, it is definitely that like buttered popcorn look right now.
Okay. Alternative.
We will move away from that eventually.
What?
That is accurate. Yep.
What if we lean more into the popcorn?
No.
Okay.
Most definitely not. most definitely not.
Same part of the.
Right.
Okay.
So if you look at the color, the color palette, the palette cam, we're doing a 2-to-1 mixture of the golden yellow to the orange yellow, and we're basically going to be doing the same thing. We're going to thin this down just a touch so we can get a little bit more of a semi-glazed consistency out of this. You can see on the thumb palette here, it's got good paintability, but it's nice and translucent.
Cool.
And we're just going to kind of keep this out of the deepest recesses, and we're going to paint this on basically the rest of the clouds.
Okay.
I say clouds. They should be
puffs of
explosion clouds. We're going to call them explosion clouds. On the rest of the explosion clouds, and I'm painting, leaving all like only just the deepest recesses in that pure yellow.
I like this. I like this yellow. It's very vibrant. I'm gonna punch in one for you. Here's it, Jordan.
Yeah, perfect. Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Look at that. Ooh, that's good.
You're good.
Jeremy says, I have a serious question this time. How are you keeping the palettes from drying on your palette in the scorching Arizona air?
AC helps.
Yep, we got the AC on here, and you also just added a little bit more.
Yeah, I did add a little bit more.
But you don't keep yours very wet, like in general, anyway.
Well, when I'm not here, I keep it pretty bone dry.
Right.
But when I am here, I put more water in it because I know that it's super dry here.
Cool.
So
hopefully that answers your question there,
yeah,
Jeremy.
I adjust it based on the climate of the area that I'm in. Right. So in areas that are more humid or cooler,
right.
I don't need to add as much water because it'll stay at that right that right moisture level for longer.
Ray has a question about the differences between the regular paint line and the amp colors.
Yeah, totally. What is your question? Oh,
that is the
that
question.
was the
what
question.
are the differences?
Yeah, so
same formula.
Generally speaking, it's exactly the same formula. If you like or love Pro Acrylic colors, you're going to love all the amp colors. You can kind of think about it as 18 new exciting additions to the colors that you already love. The big difference is that we created them in partnership with the Atomic Mass team, their studio team, to find colors that were specifically utilized for the miniatures that they make. Right? So they have a team of painters that they work with to paint all their studio models in official color schemes that are approved and exact colors for all of your Star Wars and Marvel IPs. And now they have these colors to be able to create cool recipes and things that they can share. And we can also share to some extent on how to paint those particular color palettes. They have a little bit different consistency. It's pretty minor. I would say if you're if you're a comfortable painter and you've been painting for a while, you will feel a little bit of a difference. I would say that's something that you pick up the more you use it. Were they tweaked to Dallas's painting style? I mean,
he had a big influence.
He had a big influence. So there's definitely a lot of Dallas's preference when it comes to painting involved in these. I mean, he also has had a large hand in sculpting how the models are painted for the AMG team. I mean, he runs that department. So,
but yeah, what Ghosty said, it's a very small difference.
It's a very small difference.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
Yeah,
you're gonna love them if you've used our paint.
You'll notice that some of them can be a little bit on the satin side. It's very minor. When I say slightly more on the satin side, I really mean very minorly.
Yeah.
I mean, our paints are so hyper matte that anything that's not that will feel like satin. So, but if you were to compare it to something that was truly traditionally satin, you would say, whoa, these are really matte by comparison.
Cool.
So, I hope that answers your question.
I think you answered it just beautifully, Jordan.
I think it was a nice, eloquent answer.
I think it was a decent answer.
Oh, screw you.
Oh, Jordan, so snippy.
Screw you and the train you rode in on.
What train? This one?
There you
go. Speaking of train, welcome in, everybody. This is Jordan. We are Monument Hobbies, and we are painting up some explosion effects today. Yesterday and the day before, Jason was painting up some Old Hammer, so if you missed some of that, go check that out. Jason will be back tomorrow painting up some more Old Hammer, but today, Jordan is showing us some explosion effects on this here Shatterpoint Sabine model.
Heck yeah.
And we're just so glad you're here.
Oh, that's so kind of everybody to say so. Even though nobody said it except for Chris.
Yes, get ready, little Billy. It's going to be me and Jordan for our basically 2 weeks coming up soon.
Yeah, I hope you all
we
are prepared
have some
for that.
fun things planned.
We really do.
Jordan is going to be, you know what? You'll see. Keep an eye out on our Instagram and our Facebook and YouTube post. You'll see the schedule.
Yep.
That's where we post them now for what we're doing on stream. So you will always be in the know when we either take days off, which is very, very, very not often.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. Texture Trainer Paint Along. No, we're not doing that this time, Mo. We've got a couple other things we've got planned for you. That's not a bad idea, though, Mo.
That's not a bad idea.
We tend to keep our texture trainers, because here's what I've been doing lately, as I've been keeping some texture trainers off to the side. You'll see them on your side, Jordan. You see those texture trainers?
Wow, look at that.
Just in case you ever just need to show us a little, a little sassy little workup.
A sassy little workout.
Yeah. You never know what you're going to get.
How often does Jason show the
Jason has done several. That's why I've got him up there.
Ooh.
Otherwise, he'll just paint on his hand, which I don't mind. I'm just saying, Jordan.
I don't mind.
I'm just saying, Jordan. I just want him to paint on the texture trainer. Jason, I know you're watching out there. Hint, hint.
Hint,
wink,
hint.
wink, nudge, nudge. Hey, Jason, how you doing? I don't think
It's okay,
you can
Jason.
hear
You
me.
can
Maybe
fire
you're not
when you
even
get back.
watching
It's
right
all right.
now, Jason. But if you are, I hope you're enjoying the sweet, sultry sound of my voice on your day off.
Chris,
I'm always here for you.
How many days has it been since he's given you
Too
the good
many.
old fired?
Oh, I've been fired many times. Yesterday was the pinnacle of my firing. For all of you who witnessed the
pinnacle.
dramatized version of The Chair,
The chair.
which is what I'm calling it. Yesterday, I got a little bit blasted for the chair that I gave Ryan, our new hire.
Oh,
And yeah,
what chair did
never-
you give Ryan?
doesn't matter. Go watch the VOD.
No, I think I need to hear it right from the horse's
You will.
mouth.
I'm not a horse. Hey, get it?
Hey,
Get it?
hey.
Get it? Woo! That was intentional.
Nay, I am not a horse.
Nay.
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 Little Billy, take it easy. Take it easy there, little Billy. One
Little
step at a
Billy,
time.
I give you full permission to make
Jeremy,
fun of Christopher.
you would kill for a texture trainer paint along. Go check out our videos. I just released a couple. The last couple have been on texture trainers, but
Lots
we've
of shorts,
painted
too.
many texture trainers, y'all. Go check out
Many
our shorts. We've painted many, many, many texture trainers, and we expect you to paint along because we do the methodologies on those.
All
You
right.
guys.
Even just this two-step process here that we have
Uh-huh.
looks so much better.
That's great. Yeah, so don't forget the green base. No. Yes, the green base fiasco. Yes.
Yes.
I'm trying to convince Jason to do a very legit, cool
Oh,
green paste,
gosh.
and it's okay.
I know what you're talking about.
We had a
too.
beautiful man-to-man conversation about it.
You were trying to get
yesterday
him to paint the
afternoon.
green base on the old hammer.
Oh, you'll
minis.
see. We've got something beautifully planned for you all. So
Oh my goodness.
don't you forget it here. It's a version of it's coming.
How mad would he be if I painted the base of his model green?
I would speak at your funeral.
I would speak at your.
Baby J was a good man.
He was a good man.
Yes, I was begging. I was 100% begging, Philip. Yes, I was begging for it. And we met in the middle, two power countries coming together and shaking hands and deciding in the middle. And compromise was made in behalf of you, me, and the world at large.
What was the compromise?
Does it matter?
Yes.
That is coming soon.
Oh.
So stay tuned.
But everybody knows except for me because you're not telling me.
Jeremy, I know. Jeremy, if you want a full start to finish, you can go back and watch the VODs of the Hunter because Jordan painted the full Hunter on stream too.
No.
The Hunter? I thought you did. The texture trainer?
I painted that at Adepticon last year.
Oh, interesting. I thought you painted some of it on stream.
I might have painted
I'm
like
sorry.
the end of it on stream.
Yeah.
Or the
okay.
start of it.
Oh, I thought you did.
I painted a little bit of it on stream.
Oh, okay. There's texture trainers from
But the
start to
vast
finish
majority of
out
that
there.
model, that model is the studio model because I basically painted it all at Adepticon
Oh,
to like the level that it is now. And I was like, Jason, check this out. He's like,
there it is.
Yeah, it's done. There you go.
No.
That's the studio one.
Jeremy, I cannot guarantee a start to finish texture trainer, but maybe one of these days I will put it into the rotation.
All right, so we're using pure orange yellow here.
Pure orange yellow?
Pure orange yellow. And we're spending a little bit more time building up this opacity on top of those previous layers. A little bit of texture is still okay. Don't you worry about that. And we're leaving a little bit of that previous layer behind, as always, so that you can see all the little bits and bobs here. And it's also very common when you do these workups that you end up going back and adjusting some of those previous layers with glazes. That's totally normal. You just want to get a really nice convincing explosion. And these darker colors that I'm putting on top of these bright colors are going to help really kind of sell the concept of that internal glow exploding outwards.
Uh-huh. Nice, okay. How you doing, Jordan?
What do you mean?
How you doing? I'm just making sure you're doing all right.
I'm struggling. Christopher, now that you ask, I'm just really having a hard time, Christopher.
I don't believe you.
What do you mean you don't believe me? You
That's a lie, too.
Asked and answered, Christopher.
He's fine.
It's like
hey,
are you okay? I'm not okay.
Speaking of fine,
You're fine.
Welcome in, everybody. We're so happy you're here.
Christopher's.
We've missed you, Jordan. Yes.
Decidedly happy.
Sideshow says, yeah, we've all wanted to know more from Jordan. We missed him. Yes, we do. He's all right.
Wow.
He's a good man.
And his mother was a space marine.
And his mother was a space marine. God bless her. She's a good lady. Okran, I think Jason painted the whole salamander on stream. I think you might be correct. His version of the salamander?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember. It was a while ago.
Right.
Captain Banhammer, I've never gaslit in my entire life.
That's a lie.
Hey, speaking of gaslit, thank you for that Prime sub, Captain. I take it all back. You're the best.
All right, here we go. A little bit of amp red orange.
One would say, let's get amped.
Let's get amped. We're amping it up.
Cool. So you're just going straight into the red orange.
Straight into the red orange. We're doing a little bit more of kind of a thin consistency here. Taking advantage of the transparency of the orange paint a little bit to slowly build these layers up. This is actually pretty dark. Now looking at this now, I am going to mix it 50-50 with the previous color. This is definitely quite a bit darker. Want something that's going to give me a little bit softer transition. We're going to paint this here. That's much better.
Ooh, I like that. So you're just looking for the raised areas on this, or you look?
Yeah,
what are you
kind
doing
of like
on this
where
one?
the bubbles kind of come to a peak. We're focusing on there.
Where the bubbles come to a peak. Okay.
Yep.
Now it's a Cheeto.
The apex of the bubble. Yeah, this is just like a
Cheeto
horrifically
cluster.
mangled Cheeto.
What happens if you mix red orange with orange red? Panic Bomb, I don't think you can do that in real life.
Yeah, those two colors just don't mix.
Yeah, I think you'll just create a vortex or a black hole.
Correct.
And I wouldn't try it. I wouldn't try it at home. Oh my gosh, that's an amazing commercial idea that I just came up with in my mind.
The black hole mix.
Yeah. Just had this.
Do not mix these two colors together.
I just had this awesome vision in my mind of somebody like staring straight to the camera, uh, bringing up both of those colors and the Dune soundtrack in the background of them just about to combine the two colors. Just having a massive black hole.
or even better than the Dune soundtrack, you have the what is it called? Starts with
Space
an I.
Odyssey.
No, it starts with an I.
Interstellar.
Interstellar.
Yeah.
and
I'm gonna do it. That's freaking
pulls
awesome.
the clips of the black hole.
Mixing red, orange, and orange red is like dividing by 0.
Yeah.
Who knows what'll happen?
You're not gonna see it on stream, that's for sure.
We won't do it. That'll be reserved for special occasions.
The irony of all of this is that there's like a legitimate reason why one is different than the other based on how the names are
the naming convention. We've talked about that in the past. I gotta do this. I gotta do this video idea. I gotta put it in my notes. Hey, speaking of notes,
yes.
Baby J is hitting all the right notes today.
Yeah?
Am I right, chat?
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh there.
Hey.
Hey.
Welcome in.
Pardon me.
I'm gonna make it a short. I think I can do it as a short. Awkwardish. That's what I want to do so bad. Oh. Thumb Palette says, I understand the logic in the naming convention, but it still makes my brain mad. That's what Thumb Palette Enthusiast sounds like. I've just determined. I understand the logic in the naming convention, but it still makes my brain mad.
Channeling a little bit of your
without Batman.
No, it's
crime
Joker.
is just a punchline.
Nope. Mark Hamill.
Oh, yeah.
You're channeling a little bit of your Mark Hamill there, guy.
Crime has no punchline.
The ultimate Joker.
Oh, Thumb Palette. You're British, Thumb Palette? That's great. That makes it even better.
It makes it even better because it's even less accurate.
It makes it way less accurate. But I don't sound like that. No, I understand, Thumb Palette.
We like making bad British accents because we know a bunch of British people. And
oh yeah, they're always joking with us. We're always giving them a hard time.
Yep.
Got Sam. Hello, love.
All right, now we're back to the red orange, direct from the bottle to the model. Creating those extra peaks here. I think you guys are going to enjoy this next step once we get to it. You'll notice that a lot of this feels really kind of textury. There's a lot of imperfections, not super smoothly blended. That is okay, because the next step, we're going to meld all of these colors together, and then we're going to start working on the the next step, which is going to be to start creating the darkness. All right.
The darkness?
The darkness.
The darkness.
All right, so we're taking orange yellow.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take a little bit of glaze and wash medium. Glaze and wash medium.
Yes, we have a booth over at Nova. We're more there showing off our products and stuff like that. We don't sell there. We have a store that sells our stuff there, but essentially you can come and see us and talk with us, and that's what we do at Nova. We sponsor the Capital Palette. Plus, we also have a new texture trainer category that we will also be having at Nova this year.
Yep. All right. So, on top of this mixture, we're going to glaze over the whole thing with this mixture of the glaze and wash medium, orange, yellow, and some water. And this is going to help blend all of these colors together.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels a little bit more smooth.
Jade, yes, it is a baby J.
Hi. Hello. Whatever it is, blame Christopher.
Don't blame me.
Blame Christopher.
My little button is tough today. There it is.
Tough to turn off?
Yeah.
Likely story.
I'll just do that for you.
That's not going to help. I'll tell you right now.
I'll tell you right now. Hey, speaking of telling us right now.
Your face.
Welcome in, everybody. This is the unassessibly wealthy Baby J.
I think you're wrong.
Truest and greatest of calamities, Baby J.
Oh, I am a calamity. Oh boy, am I a calamity if I've ever met one.
Yes, Morning Tide. It is a Baby J.
It's a baby J.
And Sabine? That's this gal's name? Sabine?
Coal black. Yes, it is. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup around the edges of this with coal black.
Game delay. I think this is the first time I realized that a character on a base like this is no way moving fast enough to escape this explosion. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe it just happened. Maybe it's small. Jordan, for Panic Bomb, what do you think of this pallet camp? Up right here. What do you think of this? Oh, what are you doing now? You're going into the
I'm rebase coating some of this.
Oh, okay.
In coal black just to clean it up a little bit.
Sure.
This will also help me kind of identify some more of the variance in hue between some of the darker and brighter oranges and yellows.
Can you repeat that part for me?
Which part?
That part about the base and why you're doing it?
Yeah, so the reason that I'm painting the base back to black right now is the white that was the overpainting from the initial step can be a little distracting to the eyes when you're trying to identify the subtle shifts in hue from the yellows to the oranges. And this will just kind of clean everything up and keep my focus directly on the explosion so that I can cover it up with the other colors.
Okay.
Like we mentioned.
Sideshow, I did not do that. I did not tell Baby J about hiding notes inside big miniatures.
What?
I believe there's a group of people out there, and I have come to also now accept them as they are, just as anybody would be. That there is a community out there that will paint the inside of their models like a rhino, right? The inside of the rhino.
And then they'll seal it up.
Those people, I believe, need to seek help. I believe. Now I've been corrected because I don't want to be judgmental to those people. I'm just saying I need some really good, valid reasons why you're doing it. Otherwise, I'm going to think you're insane. And it could be a good type of insane. You could prove me wrong. There is a hotline you can call. And it'll direct them straight to me.
Have we set up the stream phone yet?
Not yet. Something I would love to do. Something.
Long time listener, first time caller.
877 cash now. Yeah, that's right, Big Bob. No free pub. I won't sing the song. Don't do it, Panic Bomb. Don't do it to spite me. It's not about spite, Panic Bomb. It's about me trying to help you paint other things besides the thing that you're going to seal shut for eternity.
Not for
That
eternity.
that is true. Some Orkyfish, you make a good point. Someday somebody might open it. Someday it might open.
I'm gonna laugh too because that day's gonna happen, right?
Yeah,
Somebody's gonna be like,
of course.
they've purchased this disgusting, like, rhino that's been left in a closet for years.
Sure.
And it's all dusty and
Of
worn.
Of course. We
and
know
they
this.
they take it out of the box, they get it ready to strip, and they drop it, and the side of the tank falls off, and they go, "Oh my goodness! Look at this impeccably painted interior. Whatever did this person do, and why for did they do it?"
Right. So first, yes, you'd also make a good point. If I want to paint and I only got one thing on hand, I'm going to paint every bit of it. Yes, that is a good point. This is good. That is a very good point. That is another point that I have kind of dismissed from my mind.
What's that?
But you could paint the inside of the model because you just want to paint more. That's a very good valid point. It's the thought that counts as almost Colby. Yes, it is the thought. But I'm just saying, don't do it. I'm here for you. There's other models. But if that's your only model, then okay. What are you doing now, Baby J?
I'm making a song.
I know. But what are you actually doing?
I'm grabbing some slate gray.
Oh, why slate gray?
So we're gonna mix the slate gray and the red orange.
Oh.
We're going to use mostly red orange, this slate gray.
Oh, I like this.
We're not going to use this color.
Oh, we're not going to use this color.
Nope, because that just turned green, which means
Not the
that
thing you
we
thought
need
it was
to
going to be.
lay the gray on top. Okay, here's an interesting thing. So, because of how colors mix, sometimes a color that needs to belong on top of another color needs to be layered on top instead of mixed. Gray and orange is a good example of this, because when you mix them, they turn green. Not what you're looking for. We want to go from a darker color into the gray. So what we're going to do instead, we're going to take another color from this fantastic range of colors, which is somewhere on here, the black red. Black red. Now this is a color that will mix better with slate gray. So we're going to put this in between those two previous steps. We're going to take the red orange, take the black red, or mix them together. We're going to thin them down a little bit. Oh, not that much. That's too much. There we go.
Nice.
And now we're going to paint this. What are you doing? Christopher is being a silly goose today.
No, I am not. What do you mean, silly goose? I'm watching with beautiful intent.
That's not what I just witnessed.
This is actually really cool. I'm very excited about this workup.
Now this color we're mostly going to cover up. We're going to glaze it back down, and then we're going to cover it back up again. And this is where you can really start to shape where some of these explosions kind of link together and less of that color bleeds through. So I'm going to keep this deep recess in here a little bit more, but there needs to be more orange in there. It's too bright as it is now. So this is kind of where you play a little bit of that. Let's figure out where those kind of in-between middle ground colors are going to be.
Yeah.
When you start applying these darker colors on top.
Nice. I zoomed in a little bit for you because
Yeah,
I
I
want
know,
to see
that's
this
perfect.
this glaze. This is great.
You can also kind of like pull areas together where there was a little bit more. You can kind of like keep them as one larger clump, have a little bit less of that yellow coming through, and more of the smoke that we're going to have here in a minute. So this kind of big chunk here is all going to be one cloud. And we'll have a little bit of variation in that here in a minute once we get into that section. Now these areas down here are much more separately distinguished, kind of like bulbs. We're going to keep those separate.
Nice.
We're going to continue these all the way down to the floor.
Chuck says, if you're scared, Baby J, blink twice. He's not scared. Don't listen to him. That's more than twice.
That's more than twice. He's obviously lying.
He's a liar. Button. Looks like a pizza. It kind of does look like a pizza. There's going to be a magic step coming up, I bet you.
Where it's going to all of a sudden not look like a pizza. Yeah.
Pizza, pizza. Gonna get that pizza.
All right, so we're going to take the red orange and we're going to make a glaze out of that. And we're going to blend this over that last step that we did.
Nice.
Just spread those around more of the explosion.
Uh-huh.
I really like to use this process because it really lets you kind of discover where the best spots are to have those bright spots.
Uh-huh.
Because they start to become like a nice focal point, right? So you have this like centerpiece up here, which is a nice focal point for that kind of white hot area. And like when you look at the model from like a photo perspective, this is where you're taking the photo from. And see how you have all those shapes in view. The gun that's pointing out front, the guide into the side, the helmet, the pieces of the pieces of the base that are flying off. You have the foot with a little bit of air in between where the explosion is and the foot. This is a really great way to take a nice photo of the miniature. This part on the back we're going to clean up here in this glazy step. And this is a bit of a heavier glaze. We talk about this a lot where you can kind of control the intensity of your glazes.
Yeah.
To give you different types of effects. So in this case, I'm trying to dull down that intense heat in the middle to give us a little bit more kind of an explosion feel. And now we're going to use that previous color, the orange yellow. And we're going to, still while it's a little wet, we're going to kind of blend it on top with this other color. And see how that blends in so much better now. Mm-hmm. We're going to do that in the back here. And these kind of progressive stages of layering on top of the colors, this is how you get the yellows to really feel yellowy without having to do a million different layers of yellow on top of one another.
Right.
That's a big question that we get a lot, where it's like, how do you really paint yellow? It's so hard to get good coverage on it.
Right.
And this is one of the ways that you can really do that, where you just get good coverage by applying different layers of colors that are similar in hue on top of one another.
That makes sense. Because you're right, we do get a lot of questions on yellow in particular.
Mm-hmm. All right, now we're going to take a little bit of that gray, a little bit of that red gray. Oh, I see the problem. Yeah, this slate gray is too blue. We need something
For what you're looking
warmer. Yeah, so we're actually going to use this green gray, also an amp color. So the warmth in here should mix better with the red color. Yeah, it's definitely not quite as...
Not the exact thing you were looking for?
Huh?
Not the exact color you're looking for? In that gray?
No. The slate gray is too cool.
Too cool.
Yeah. So now we're going to start kind of stippling this gray
Ooh.
on top.
Can you come up a little? There it is.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. I see what you're doing.
And we're doing this stipple with a kind of transparent application. This is a pretty thin application, so that you can see a little bit of that orange underneath. Remember, like I said, these colors don't mix super well with orange, so you have to layer them translucently on top of one another. So we've mixed a little bit of orange into this green gray, and a little bit of the black red, but just a little bit, not very much at all.
Chuck, I'm glad this is a very perfectly timed tutorial. An example of this was if you have some BattleTech and like jump jets and stuff like that.
Yep.
I thought that'd be a cool workup. Obviously, you would do it on a smaller scale than this, but at least it's kind of the same workup.
Yeah, exactly.
Michael Holtz is asking, thinned with water or glaze and wash?
Water. You can use glaze and wash medium. There's nothing wrong with doing that. In this instance, the consistency was good enough with just the mixture that I'm able to get the right level of opacity out of it.
Right.
Or rather, the right level of paintability.
With just water.
With just water, yeah.
And remind us, what is this color again?
So this is a mixture of the gray-green.
Uh-huh.
A touch of red-orange, and the very smallest amount of black-red.
Nice.
And I'm talking about like 80 to 90% gray-orange. It's just to give it just the most subtle, most subtle of effect of that hue.
That makes sense.
That you're mixing into it.
I'm really liking this workup.
Says that all the time, chat.
It's true, because I am liking it.
Says it all the time.
I'm liking the workup. Oh, I'm liking it. Paint Liquor says to Ghost Hunter, he's a ghost, don't fall for it. This is not a ghost. If he's a ghost, could be exactly who Ghost Hunter is looking for. This is true. It's in the name. Game delay is right. Hey, this is real life, Baby J. Let me just reassure the audience.
The real one. The one, the only.
In the flesh, Baby J. Baby HDMBDC Lamb.
High quality, 4K definition. Baby J.
Baby. Now, yes, Game delay says, now the Cheetos are dirty. Yes, they're a little dirty.
I heard Jason's voice.
I thought so too.
Second. I was like, what is he doing here?
It's his day off.
It's his day off. He should not be here.
And for all of you just now joining in, welcome. We are so glad you're here. Where have you been? Today we are doing up some smoke effects here with Baby J. Yesterday and the day before we were doing some old hammer with Mr. Jason. Jason will be back tomorrow, picking up with some Warhammer. And when I mean Warhammer, I mean old hammer.
Some very old hammers.
Which is great. And it's really cool. I think you're all really enjoying it. Hopefully you're enjoying it as much as we are. Jason's really enjoying it too. But today we got Baby J in the house. Baby J in the house.
Baby J.
You didn't know that babies could own homes. But sometimes they can.
Sure, yeah.
Because you're in this house right now.
House right now.
So I hope you all are having a beautiful Wednesday. But yeah, this is going to be a nice little fun extra tutorial that we're going to post up at some point. Brian is a new hire here. He works in the marketing team with me.
Did he hang out a little bit on stream?
Yes, he did. Yes, he got a very interesting version of stream yesterday.
Oh, how? Okay, do tell.
Because there was lots of debauchery about the chair I gave him, and that's all I'm going to say on that. Is this a house or a ship or a train? Great question, Panic Bomb.
Oh, did you give him the old stream chair?
No. Oh, I gave him a folding chair, and Jason let me have it. And here is what I'm going to say to your question, Panic Bomb.
Gave him a folding chair?
Here's what's up. Is he out of the hospital? Mo, that's silly. That's funny, though. No, he is.
He gave him a folding
alive
chair?
and
That's
well.
amazing.
I did, because it was comfortable.
That's so funny. Comfortable for you or comfortable for him?
Yes.
I'm glad.
Comfortable for all.
I'm glad we could clear that up.
For all a good night. And for all a good night, there we go. Maybe not. Yes, we gave him a chair. I understand the ramifications of
You
my
gave him
decision.
a chair.
I did give him a chair.
Yeah, let's clear that up really quick. You gave him the chair.
Yes, Brian was given a folding chair yesterday. Yes, I understand that he was given a folding chair. Yes, he is out of the hospital. He was never in the hospital. Now, going back to Panic Bomb's question, chat, I've already made this extremely clear. Chat is the water, the ocean beneath the boat, in which I am the ship. Okay? Jason is the captain, and today Baby J is the captain, but I am the ship. There must be a ship, but somebody must captain the Dutchman.
Hey,
I am not saying I'm the Dutchman. I'm just saying that
chat,
here's
we need
the
to poke
deal.
holes in the ship.
Don't listen to this.
Sink
Don't
the ship.
listen to
Sink
this
the
man. Oh, game delay. I'm building Sons of Bayam at Spearhead. Christopher R. Are there any particular rocks I should be using for the exterior? Now, game delay. I know what you're saying here. You're bringing up my cardinal sin, my great shame, is what I call it. And now, if you're talking about for the base, I could gladly lead you in the right direction. But if you're talking about for the actual skin of the models, I will not.
You're going to need to talk to somebody else.
I will not be giving you that suggestion of particular rocks, even though I know the best rocks you should use. I will not do that for you. Mo says, if you're the ship, we're going down. False, Mo. I bring the ship above the water because you all try to pull me down, chat. But the ship is strong.
I think the ship is built a little funky.
Hey, yo, brother.
Hey, yo,
okay.
brother, indeed.
Oh, got him. Oh, all right. I'll take that one from Baby J. Maybe the ship's a little funky. Am I? You know what I'm saying? All right, I'll give you that
me,
one.
folks, or is this ship a little...
The P in ship. That's right. That's called a plosive in my microphone. Peter Piper picked a pepper. That's right, Spaznat. You hear my P's.
Peter Piper? Peter Piper?
And course basing. Yes, Paint Liquor's got a great actual real suggestion there for you, Game Delay. Coarse texture base, paste mud. Bathe them. Yeah, you could do that. You could put all of your gargants under that. I wouldn't suggest it. If the ship is funky, Baby J, why did you agree to be the captain? Great question from Game Delay.
I don't really choose whether I'm the captain.
False. That's true.
That false. That's true. Let's turn it on and off.
Anyway, Ryan was given a folding chair yesterday and not the fun WWE way. Agrippa, I could ban you. I'll just ban you. So you never have to listen to me again. I'll ban you. I'll have the power. I have the power.
Christopher does not have power.
I do have the power. I actually have the power.
I actually have the power.
I actually have the power. I will do it.
So you'll notice this color I'm using right now has a little bit more of that kind of reddish hue to it. I've mixed a little bit of the red into the green-gray to use around the edges of the smoke.
So you say that one more time. You're using around just the edges on this one?
Yep. So that it looks, because when you glow something like warm and hot beneath something that's got a little bit of like a smokiness to it, it kind of pulls through as like a reddish brown gray color. So that's what I'm replicating through the edges where the smoke is thin enough that it's showing some of that color underneath.
Don't do that, Agrippa. Don't send him back, because I never said that. I don't have the power. I do have the power. I would never do that, though, Agrippa.
I do, but I don't.
Even though you give me such shame.
Whoa.
I would never do that to you.
All right, more glaze time. Seems crazy.
Seems crazy.
We're doing it again. We're coming back in with the glazes.
Perfect.
Coming back in with the glazes here. With the orange glazes. We're going to take a little bit of that red. We're mixing it into the orange for the glazes here.
So first, yes, it is looking pretty good. I'm loving this workup.
These various little bits of glazes are how we get that kind of shadowy glow coming through the billowy cloud bit, right?
That's how you get it, you said?
That's how you get it.
I'm digging it.
All right. Yeah, that's looking pretty good, I think.
Hey, Jordan.
Yeah, what do you want?
You're looking pretty good.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You like that?
That's beautiful of you.
Oh, hey.
You're beautiful.
I'm here for you, man.
Oh, thanks.
I don't care what anybody else says.
Thank you, Brother Christopher. Brother Christopher, man.
Brother Christopher. Ha. Speaking of Brother Christopher, welcome in, everybody. What a beautiful day it is today here in the sunny, beautiful state of Arizona. Phoenix, the capital. It is a hot and steamy, hold for the weather, 101 degrees outside.
Is it really over 100?
Moses, we've hit it. We've done it. We have hit the digits. And Baby J painting up some smoke today. Baby J's that smoke show today.
Whoa.
He's painting up the smoke in the house.
Whoa there, guy.
And if you weren't here yesterday or the day before, Jason was doing some old hammer workups, which have been really cool, actually. So go check those VODs out. And our cruising altitude here is 35,000 feet, and just enjoy the rest of the flight. To be fair, see, here's the it's funny, Panic Bomb. Jordan says that. Jordan says that a lot. The to be fair line.
Yeah.
To be fair. Panic Bomb says, to be fair, Chris doesn't get mad with power like Baby J does. He just gets confused. Okay. See, I stopped saying that. I don't have extended mixed metaphors, Panic Bomb. I am not confusing.
We use a little bit of that gray to come back and hit the top part of the cloud there.
Okay.
There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a brighter gray and we're going to do a level beyond that. So we're going to take bright brown gray. Also amp color. Beautiful. Historically accurate. And we're going to do some textured highlights here. Get it nice and in focus for you.
Game Delay says, I think we need to get some people from chat painting on stream so we can hear Chris say, I'm having some serious concerns about this workup. That's not true. Game Delay, all I want you to do is put paint on the model. And I've been very clear about that. Very clear. Oh my gosh. Lumberjack Tim, it's 53. Oh, jealous.
Ooh, yeah, there we go. That's looking nice.
That's looking a bit nice. Ooh. I like.
You see how all those layers of the glazes of the red and the orange really come together to give you that kind of like internal glowing effect inside the billowy clouds. They get brighter as we move out.
The lava rocks are looking amazing. Ghost Hunter, this is explosion of smoke effects, not lava rocks. Come on. Read the title, Ghost Hunter.
Lava Rocks 101.
No, false. I guess you could kind of use the same concept, though.
You could very much do.
But don't let them hear me say that. This is explosion, fancy win-win, fun time.
Explosion, fancy win-win, fun time.
That's right.
102.
Oh, 102.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's past.
That's right.
3 o'clock.
So first, I gotta keep everyone on their toes.
We're done with 101. We're into 102. 101 is all of the yellow, red, and orange stages, and then 102 is all the gray stages.
Oh,
which we've now done.
So what's next? Are you gonna do you go into blacks with this too? Or
nope.
Not really.
Nope. But I am gonna repaint the base black again.
A little reset.
Yep, doing a little bit of a reset.
Are you doing explosion effects to mimic the temperature in Phoenix today? No, little Billy. I just saw this model and Baby J was painting up that one Jedi a little bit ago. I forget the guy's name. What's his name? Kanan. Yes. And I just thought it'd be kind of a fun workup, quick, fun workup, just for you all. Something that you could use every day or so, you know?
Every day or so.
No, it's a technique that you could use on any average day that you're painting something like this. That's what I really meant to say.
You're going to use this technique every day. That's what Christopher just told you.
You're not going to use this every day. But, you know, somewhat every day. But if you have a lot of explosions, maybe you are going to use it every day.
Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. All right. Now that we're done with this cool explosion bit.
You're done with what?
The explosion.
That's it?
That's it.
I'm liking it. Baby J in the house with just a look what you do.
You could keep on going. I think for
give us like a recap though.
Yeah, so you can keep on going with this and push it further and further and further, but I think for something that's kind of the level of tabletop, this is a really good example of what you can do to quickly or relatively quickly put together a bit of a explosion effect, right? This is how you want to layer your colors up. We started with white to create that really bright inner glow. We moved to golden yellow, worked up into orange yellow, red orange. Then we put a little bit of the black red mixed with the red orange in there to start kind of branching into those darker colors. And then we moved from those darker colors and we started incorporating grays. So we started using the gray green and then the bright gray green, which is where we've left off for the rest of the model. And you could definitely go a bit brighter. I might end up adding a little bit of brightness once I start painting the rest of the model. But for now, I think it's at a really, really solid spot.
Nice. Perfect. Hey, Baby J.
Your butt.
Round of applause for Baby J.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, mate.
Appreciate it, mate.
All right, bud. What else we got to do on this here model? That's great.
I'm going to paint the box green.
It's in the box. It's in the box. It's all in the box. It's in the box. What's in the box? Mediocre, little Billy. Come on. Great job, Baby J. Says little
Heyo.
Billy. Mediocre at best. I understand. Ryan Johnson, I'm amped about that. Thank you, Ryan. That's great.
There you go.
Wait a Ryan Johnson, thank you.
Ryan
There he
Johnson.
is. That's him. That's the
The
man.
man, the myth, the lesson.
The lesson?
Yep.
The man, the myth, the,
The
lesson.
lesson.
Oh,
That's deep.
Oh, I like that. Nice. I don't know what you're talking about, Rattlecan. Those are different people that enter the building. Ian Willie says, "Whoa, I was working my job, then suddenly I was transported to Marriott, England." That's right. Yeah.
Mario England.
I won't do that anymore. I quit. I'm
Why?
done. This is my last day.
You
You heard it here,
are-
chat. I'm over. I'm through.
This
I'm
is
done.
the sound of weakness leaving Christopher's body.
The sound of weakness?
Yeah.
That doesn't make a
You just
lick
quit.
of sense.
You gave up. Weakness in its true form.
What am I going to do with this guy?
You heard it here.
First of all, he comes in all snippy today,
I'm
and he
not
goes,
snippy. What you talking about?
"Ba-doop-ba-doop-ba-doo."
I believe that
Can
I
you
gave
believe
you
that
a
Jason
really nice,
and Jordan
wonderful
say,
compliment earlier today
"Ba-doop-ba-doop-ba-doo"?
when I looked after your personal health today, Christopher.
I don't believe it.
You should. We talked about it.
Did Jordan get to meet Jason's mom the other day?
Yeah, we talked. I actually talked to Christopher's mom today about coming to join us.
Whoa! Take it easy, boy. Hey, yo, hey! I don't
Hey.
appreciate that. That's my mother. That's
Hey.
my mother you're talking about. All right.
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
accept that from people like you.
I just had a wonderful idea.
I don't know what the hell you're about to say.
Yes!
But from what I just said, it is not appropriate.
Oh, it's definitely appropriate.
What is it?
I mean, it has to do with your mother
What? Oh my goodness!
in the most respectful and appropriate ways.
I don't believe it.
That's true. You should believe it.
Don't take my mother. Don't bring my mother to this. She's a good lady. She's a good lady, chat. Mudda. She's a good lady. My mother was a space marine. A good one at that. She's a good lady, okay? Anyway. Will Chris's mother show up in space marine armor? That would be hilarious, Baznat. Is that what you're thinking? Is that what you were thinking, Baby J? Next commercial, we'll do it. We'll rent a space marine costume. Get my mom in here. That would be a fun Easter egg.
To be fair, if you really want the truth of it,
To be fair.
I was thinking about having Jason's mother show up in the guise of your mother in
my
a suit of
gosh.
Space Marine armor.
Oh my gosh. A 5-layer Easter egg joke.
Yeah,
I like it.
it would have been good. Chat would have appreciated it for sure. Ain't that right, chat? Ain't that right? I know y'all well too well. Far too well Too well. Much
Too well. So what's the rest of this workup you're gonna do here?
So I'm just kind of like establishing some base colors on some of the kind of gray bits of cloth that she's wearing. I'm gonna try and utilize a bunch of washes to quickly redefine some of the detail on the model after I get some base coats of color on here. And then I'll spend a lot more time working on the bits of the model that are like really kind of a focal point. So with Sabine, her armor is very colorful and it has lots of really intricate designs on it. It's one of the like really interesting things about her character over the course of the show is she like hand paints her armor over a bunch of times during the show. So she like changes her hair color a bunch. She changes the color on her armor a bunch during the course of the show, where she spends a lot of time being one of the main characters. So that bit I'm trying to make really interesting. If Christopher could do a wonderful favor for his very old pal over here.
What's that?
You pull up a nice little photo of Sabine Wren.
Oh, okay. Let me figure that out.
Figure it out. You haven't got it figured already.
Let me find hers.
Just type in Star Wars Sabine.
Yeah.
Sabine.
Second chat. Looking up a reference picture.
Her face is looking up a reference picture.
Oh, she has two different helmet styles?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, she changes the color of her armor quite a bit.
This one?
Yes, that's the one we want.
But then, because then this one looks like the model, but doesn't have the
That's not painted by the studio, so that's a little different.
Oh, let me hold on one second here. I can look it up. I'm looking it up right now.
I'm pretty sure there's 3 iterations of her armor in the show. And they're all a little.
But you're looking for the actual model.
What you had was pretty much what we're looking for. Green brown, that's the color I'm looking for. Or the pants. The pantalones.
Power on the commercial. Yes, Ghost Hunter, we'll get my mom in some power armor, okay? Even though that Baby J is just, he's just not. Baby J is just not like a. You gotta just watch out for him, you know.
Why?
I don't know about you. You get snippy sometimes.
There ain't no snippiness about.
You know, you get snippy.
You're
a little snippy.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I can't find this thing for you.
What are you talking about?
I'm finding it. 1 second.
Your Google food needs some work, sir.
Orky Fish says I kind of neglected that Nova is on my anniversary weekend. Oh, I see. I get you. Hey,
sounds like a great way to spend your anniversary weekend.
Now, if they're interested, you should do that. This is the
Christopher broke it.
Is this a reference picture you'd like?
Yeah, it's good enough.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good enough.
Hey, I didn't break it. I'm just getting you precision. Hey, speaking of breaking, can you bring it up a little bit for me? Thank you.
Can bring it up a little bit.
Hey, do we need to create a model for Baby J called Snippy? Yes, Soul Siege, that's on my many things to do. Let me go back here. Baby J, you'll do one better. Oh, it's Jason's mom as Chris's mom as a Space Marine. Okay, that's what we're looking for.
That's exactly what my suggestion was.
Last name.
It actually might have been even better.
This is true.
Will is Jason's mom as Chris's mom as a Space Marine.
True. Let me go back up here. Wad. Oh, you're talking about the Belrog's wings. There's 2 interpretations of that, Wad. Do Belrogs have wings? Okay, now let me back this up because this is my one Lord of the Rings bit of the day. There are 2 interpretations of Belrogs having wings, right? One is that yes, they do have wings, and 2, no, it's imagery, and it was actually shadowed imagery, right? The wings are described as the shadows of the surrounding it. So like in the book, it's like, you know, he describes these wings of shadows, right?
Mm-hmm.
So some people are like, well, does he technically have wings? I've read a bunch on the yes and the no. But the dramatized version of all of the Balrogs have wings. Now they're fiery wings, right? So they're not, could they be, could they be could they just be fire that look like wings? There's so many different interpretations. So for me, I can't give like a solid, like, hey, yes, they do. But for me, classically, from what I've thought, they don't have it, and it was more imagery, but I could also be wrong. But there is debate out there. So it's like, so maybe they have wings? I don't really know. But from my interpretation, no, the passage is more poetic rather than
his
physical.
His writing,
he's always
in general,
poetic.
is pretty poetic. Yeah.
So, you set her up for me a little bit.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to hit some like really.
Hey, I know you're trying to hit whatever
difficult spots
nowadays, but
whoa,
hey!
I'm gonna need you to calm down there, sir.
Hey, I'm a good man. That was a strong man. Here we go. Anyway. No, yes, it is not. It's an interpretation thing, rather not necessarily a book versus a movie thing. So hopefully that helps, Wad. But like I said, you could do some. You could get really lost in Tolkien's lore. It's funny. I just finished the Silmarillion again, and I've just now I've started reading a lot more of the histories of Middle Earth, the actual contextual books, rather than just like going down the rabbit holes of wikis and websites and stuff like that.
You're studying.
But the unfinished tales, man, that reads like that is like you're going to school.
Well, you are going to school.
So
Tolkien school.
Anyway.
School.
Hey, speaking of that, who knows? There could be a surprise for the first portion of Baby J and I's first bout of painting sessions come thither of the week of Baby J and Christopher.
Which is next week, folks.
Yeah, there could be some exciting things happening. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Fire.
Have we heard back, by the way?
I've heard back from you.
Don't give them the deets.
No.
But we have not heard back.
But I might switch it up.
Oh, from what we talked about?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Mm-hmm.
Chat, you're in.
I now want a rabbit hole wiki. Hey, you could probably find those out there, Game Delay. Is it some bag of krill? Mo, I wish I had that product in hand, but Jason's very particular when it comes to new products. He's the only guy. Tests them out thoroughly, and he uses them for a long time. So bag of krill.
I need that photo back.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do actually.
I'm kidding. I clicked away. I'm sorry. There it is. Hey, you're so welcome.
How dare you?
Gosh darn it, there it went away.
Yeah, of course.
Let's do over here because I need you more over here. Okay. Yes, it is an encyclopedia. Some of them actually do read that. Plus, there is an encyclopedia out there, T. Schmid, which, if you do get that, it's a very the actual encyclopedia for Tolkien will really make it easier for you to understand names when you see them, because then it cross-references them depending on which one you buy.
What?
Which actually helped me. An encyclopedia for Tolkien's work.
Mm-hmm.
I have one. So if you're like specifically with names, when a name comes up, it'll give you a brief.
When you want to like learn,
it gives you a brief description, and then it can tell you sometimes where to find it.
Got it.
No, we are not painting Kamar Jinn, Bud, right now. Maybe when he's back, but Baby J's gonna do that off stream for me, and then I'm gonna take a picture.
Interesting. What an interesting thought.
At some
off
point,
stream.
We could do it on stream.
Off stream, huh?
I need it at some point.
Did you run it,
I need it at some point for my picture.
Did you run it in the right channels?
I am the right channel. I need the picture.
There are other channels that I think you're.
I am the channel.
You're not the only channel.
No, it's okay. No,
hey,
we're
where'd that photo?
Kamar Jinn at some point, bud. Wad reminds me, I saw a fun joke earlier. Doctor, we have to remove your appendix care token, but where But that's where I explain why elves hate dwarves. Oh, that's actually really funny, Wad. Oh my gosh, I can't go down that bunny hole. Bunny hole? I said bunny hole, not a
Whoa,
rabbit
dude.
hole. Hey, yo, okay.
Whoa.
Take it easy.
You're
Whoa.
gonna need to cool it there, Christopher. I
Cool
need you
off,
to
you.
cool it.
Cool it down.
Cool it down.
Mr. President, tear down this wall.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go that far.
Mr. Kennedy.
Excuse me. Anyway, speaking of rabbit holes, welcome in, everybody. It is the top and the bottom of the hour at the same time. It is 3:40 p.m. We only got 20 minutes left with Baby J.
Ironically, I think this is going pretty far, pretty quick.
This is going really great. And he keeps asking me for this reference photo.
Yep.
And I always say, you know what, Baby J, I'll give you a reference photo. And then he just gives me so much snip, so I don't know what to do.
What are you talking about? I'm asking you to keep the reference photo up there that you keep on taking down. Oh, that? Interesting.
Anyway.
Technical difficulties.
I don't want that wiki, Chris. Yeah, don't Google that one. All right, okay, all right. Not gonna be Googling all of those holes. Okay.
Whoa, Christopher.
Whoa, we're back on track.
You
anyway,
need to get back
Baby
in
J's
the train.
painting up some models today from Shatterpoint. He did a beautiful, illustrious, phantasmic. What else? The smoke base, the explosion base. He did. It's aight. You know,
It's aight.
That's what I was asking.
This
Baby
guy
J to
just
show us
says
a really cool,
it's
fun workout.
aight.
I was saying,
It's
yo,
aight.
I was like, yo, what up, Baby J? I need myself an explosion effect. What are you gonna give me today?
Dude, you missed out.
I know
didn't
exactly.
rhyme correctly.
I don't need to because I don't need to rhyme. I'm not looking to do that.
You
all right?
just did.
Don't listen to him ever, chat. I am the captain now. All right? Speaking of captain, I'm the ship, I'm the captain, I'm the water, whatever the heck you want, because guess what? Today is National Paint Day. I've just declared it. No, it's not. I just want people to paint.
I think Christopher's lying.
Is that so wrong?
Chat. Christopher is lying to us all. One man, one lie, the biggest lie of them all. Yeah, what else? What
I'll
else
take
can I
that,
say?
little Billy.
What else must I say?
That's.
I'm gonna take a wash out here. We're gonna use a wash today.
You're gonna use a wash?
Brown gray wash. I think I'm.
You get a wash?
I'm liking the brown.
Finally,
gray
something's getting washed in here.
Well,
I don't know where I was going with that one, Jeff.
that didn't go anywhere.
Pro Paint Taster says, "What's up, party people?" And I say, "Grant, what up?
What up, people party?
What up with that?" We're so glad you're here, Grant. I hope everything's going well for the impending next Tuesday. And for all of you who weren't here yesterday, next Tuesday, which is this upcoming Tuesday, we will be releasing our heavy body acrylic paints. Our expert artist acrylics line will be coming out on Tuesday of next week. So get ready. That is going to be a fun time.
Yeah?
It's going to be a fun time.
Interesting.
So we're very excited around here.
Chris is not very excited, though.
Oh, I'm very excited. Are you kidding me? First of all, false on you. False. You are false.
False on you.
I am so excited it's not even funny.
I
actually am very excited.
I am very excited as well.
You're not excited. He's very excited. That was an entire bit because we are ecstatic about
We're
the
the
new
most
paints.
excited that can be excited
If you
about.
need examples of what those paints look like and how they perform,
all you gotta do is watch the VODs.
That's right. Last week's VODs were filled with them. And even yesterday, he glazed with some. So, just an amazing tool.
I wanted to even use them
for
today.
Your perfect
Chris wouldn't let
toolkit. That's false. I would say, yo. Do what you want, Baby J. Oh,
That's
you're
not
putting
true.
glaze on the base. Oh, what is that? What's that wash?
This is brown gray wash.
I love it.
It's
Magic.
exceptional.
Magic and prunes. You're just doing a great workup here, aren't you?
Yep. Just a great workup. The great workup of 2017.
I'm going to zoom in for you.
Ow, shoot.
What's the matter with you? You hit
I
yourself?
stepped on my shoelace.
You stepped on your shoelace,
I most certainly did.
but you're not even wearing pants.
That is also accurate.
He's wearing pants. Good job for putting pants on today, Baby J. We applaud you.
Why are you applauding me? I'm not wearing pants.
No pants? What are you talking about?
No pants.
No pants. No pants, Baby J. Short pants. That's right. Kenny's wearing short pants. Short pants? No. Those would just be shorts, right?
Not wearing those.
When do pants become short pants but not shorts? That
Capris.
No. I'm asking a very technical question.
Capris. I'm giving you the
No,
answer to your
that's
technical
not
question.
that's not what I'm not asking for naming convention. I'm asking for technological science-based information on when a short ends up becoming short. Can you center it for me? When do shorts become shorts and when do pants become pants? Right?
No.
What do you mean no?
Wrong.
Don't need pants when you don't have legs. That's true.
Well, I definitely have those.
No, Jordan is a modern marvel. He's just like got these weird bionic legs. He's like, you like my bionic leg name? My sound effects. Oh no, the days of old.
The days of old? The old of days.
Yeah. So now, Jordan, what are you doing with the base now?
I'm stippling on a little bit of a brighter gray, just to give it a little bit more texture.
Okay.
And
Very nice.
just I'm waiting for the wash to dry.
Sure.
So
Just do a little extra.
yeah, just doing a little extra.
You might finish this, and you got 10 more minutes here. About 15
I'm definitely
minutes.
not finishing the model, but I'll get it mostly to the point where
No, this is cool.
I mean this base is basically already done. Like
Yeah.
this is all just
This is
extra
great.
gravy on top little bits that I'm doing here.
Hey, Grant says shorts are fine, pants are fine, never jorts. Ah, the old jort. Don't say that. Gabe's wearing jorts.
He is.
But that's
I think pretty much the whole Fisher family is wearing jorts today.
That's a great thing that they all do. That Fisher family.
They dress themselves in family fashion.
I see.
Interesting. Oh, Gabe, we're in the jorts.
Cheetos with gravy. Yes, that's what he's doing here. Game delay. Yep.
We're giving you the
Are
gravy.
jorts separate from cutoffs? I would say so, Wad. Yes. Scientifically, yes. Like, scientifically. Yes, Flapjack. Gabe seems like a jorts guy because he is a jorts guy. There's no difference. He's there. He doesn't seem like a jorts guy. He is a jorts guy. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a choice.
Tell us what you feel of that choice without telling us what you feel about that choice, Christopher.
I told you I like jorts. Never on me.
Never on me.
That's true. Some people can pull them off. Chris and jorts, not happening.
Chris
Gabe and jorts, he pulls them off. Yeah. Baby J only exclusively wears jorts, but he's more of a going to Wad's question here. Jordan walks around here in booty cutoffs, and it's,
Booty cutoffs. Yeah. Dang. Man, you really had to tell him.
The booty cutoffs with Jordan. Yeah, he struts around the office. It's a thing to see. Oh, the booty cutoffs. Anyway. Yes, what Christopher's saying is we love that for Gabe. We do, Game Delay. We love that for Gabe. Gabe's a great guy. He's an all right guy.
Gabe's a great guy. He's an alright guy.
Baby J is bringing them back right now. Yeah, he's bringing them back. He's on his way. They're already
Look.
back in style thanks to Baby J.
Less to be
Daisy
said,
Dukes,
I
Rattle
am
Can.
a man of fashion.
Yeah, that's right. Jordan just walks around in Daisy Dukes all day.
Dude.
You best believe.
What else would I do with my life?
That's right, Rattle Can. They're Daisy Dukes. So yeah, hopefully you all understand the imagery of which I was just trying to build for you. And
building you a story.
I just wanted, yes, that's right. I give you the window of which you can see into the monument atmosphere, and I am the window. Oh, another beautiful metaphor. Oh, I'm the window. Oh my gosh.
I'm the window. Christopher, I'm the window.
Will Jordan be at World Model Expo?
I wish.
IDK
That'd be
just
freaking
Dave.
awesome.
Oh, hey, you know what? Also, I just
Dave!
saw where
Dave!
Hi,
Dave.
Did I miss a question? I thought I missed a question.
I
No,
wish.
I didn't.
World Model Expo would be dope.
Speaking of dope things, you've got about 12 more minutes, Jordan. I am the enemy of fun.
Am I gonna make Jason mad by basically having this whole model painted in one stream?
I don't think you would ever make him mad for that. Just accountable.
Just accountable. All right, chat. I need you to tell him that we painted a model basically all in one stream today, and see what happens. Hopefully, I have a job tomorrow.
What are you talking about? This is
Or
great.
the day after.
My little light to tell Baby J to center up has gone broken for some reason, chat.
Because he bought it on Amazon.
What'd you say?
Because he bought it on
Oh, it
Amazon.
worked there. But no,
I am centered up. What are you talking about?
You weren't.
But I am now.
And then you go back down. We'll have to readjust this for you. We're gonna readjust this camera for you during the week of our debauchery. I will not deal with that. Because guess what? That's coming up, and we will tell you what we'll be doing with Baby J and myself via the stream post that we now do on YouTube, community posts. We do that on Instagram. We also have past things that we've done on our Instagram as highlights, so you always are in the know of what we've done and what we're doing here at good old Monument Hobbies. There you go. I hope you're all just loving life and painting models. That's all I ask.
That's all I ask of you. All right, let me.
Oh, I have the proof, Game Delay. I always have the proof. Don't ever question that. Christopher always has the proof.
You want to zoom back in there, guy?
Don't ever tell me what to do ever again in
Christopher,
your young
zoom in.
adult life. There
Zoom
you
out. Zoom back in again.
Whoop, whoop,
And then
whoop.
zoom out. Zoom back in. And then out again.
You hear that? You hear this snip?
Back in. Back out. In again. Once more. Into the breach.
Into the breach. Yes, actually, Wad, you're very correct. One of the streams will be about making your own Daisy Dukes. We're going to get a little sewing machine over here on this table, and Baby J's going to be sewing for you all.
Pretty sure you don't make Daisy Dukes by sewing anything.
We'll figure it out. We'll make them from scratch. We'll make some Daisy Dukes. You heard it here, folks.
Painting all the bits that are going to be armor.
Hey, Jordan, this model's looking pretty good.
Thanks, guy.
Little Billy, take it easy.
Bye, little Billy. Thanks for
Yes,
keeping
you guys
Christopher
can
in
hear.
line.
You can't. Jason would flip. What's the sewing machine? What's the sewing machine doing here? We've also established that Jason is Jimmy Stewart. Oh, yeah, chat. I've got a sewing machine, and Potter doesn't know where the sewing machine came from. Hey, Jordan.
No.
You're a good guy.
Thanks, guy.
You're a good guy. You know what? Here's the thing. I don't care what anybody says about Jordan. And a lot of people say a lot of stuff about this guy.
Ooh. Ooh.
I'm on Team Jordan. That's all I'm going to say.
Darkness ablaze.
You know? Is that before or after you paint on stream, Christopher? Who knows? Who really knows? Tech Elf. Who knows? Yeah, that would... You'll all have to wait. Potter! I'm glad somebody got that reference. Freaking love that movie. Classic. Whoever would talk bad about Reprime J? Nah. Oh. There's a team that's not Team Jordan, says Awkwardish, question mark? Oh, yeah, there's many teams out there that are not Team Jordan. I'm on the not Team Jordan, and I'm on the Team Jordan, so it's a whole emotional battle I have, you know? Some days I'm Team Jordan. Some days I am not Team Jordan.
Wow, that hurts my
Sometimes
feelings.
I'm just like, no on this guy. I am done. I am putting my hypothetical foot down.
When did
Because
I
you
ever
don't know if
truly
I have
hurt you,
feet, chat.
Christopher?
What's that?
When did I ever truly hurt you?
Truly hurt me? Where do I begin?
Where do you end?
I'm sorry. You've never done me wrong, Jordan.
Actually, I did do you wrong once.
What did you do?
One time.
Remind me so I can be mad.
Remember that time that I called you? I was like, Christopher, I need...
No, you didn't do me wrong. You just concerned me. So the problem here's what's up, chat. A little story time for you.
That was
When
pretty funny, though.
I get calls from very close friends, and I have become someone that people can lean on for help. I've also made myself available if somebody's in help or needs help or maybe in a dire situation, whatever you want to
Running
say.
away from a dinosaur. et cetera.
I am here to help. And Jordan calls me I think it's like in the middle of the night.
It was
It was
pretty
like
late.
It was like 9
It
o'clock
was
at night.
definitely
He's like,
pretty late.
He picks up the phone. He's like, Chris, I need your help. And I instantly go into,
Defense mode.
there's a couple things that are about to happen here. A, he's either in trouble of some kind. He's going to jail. I don't know what Baby J's crime would ever be. His only crime right now is that he's not centered up for me.
Sorry, yeah. Oh, I'm not even on the screen.
That's what anyway. So he called me up, and I was very concerned. And he's like, Chris, I need your help. And I'm like, okay, well.
I even think I laid it on pretty freaking.
You did
thick,
before
too.
you even actually told me. He's like, I'm having a hard time right now.
It's
I'm like,
this is really important, and I need your help.
yes. And I'm like, well, here we go. I'm ready to go and make myself available. And he's like, I need to figure out if I want to buy Caradron Overlords or not. And I was like, oh my gosh. I thought you were dying.
And I was like, oh no, I'm fine.
No, I'm
Don't worry
fine.
about
I'm
it.
just trying to buy models. Jordan. Yes, awkwardish. I'm ready. Jordan. Chris, I need help. Chris says, say less. Grabs the shovel. True friendship. Yes, I helped him get out of the hole that I helped him bury. Or dig. Not bury. I'm not going to bury him in that hole. I helped him dig the hole of buying AOS models. I will admit that. And they are cool models, though. I do like them. Plus, Caradron's going to get an update soon, and they're going to be dope.
I mean, there'll be something.
They're going to be something.
They're going to be something.
But hey, Jordan,
Yeah.
you're a cool guy.
Thanks.
So you didn't do me wrong. You just always do me wrong.
Wow. What the heck?
Oh, my gosh. Game Delay says buying a new home, buying a Warhammer, same kind of investment. True. Long term. I get it. Buying a Warhammer army is like buying a yacht, right? It's really an amazing concept, but then eventually when you put it on the ocean, sometimes it floats or sometimes it sinks. And that is your daily dose of wisdom from
I would
Christopher.
expect that if you're spending money on a boat, that it's going to sink more often than not.
You never know. It could
That's
sink.
accurate. You don't know.
It's a very slight chance that your brand new boat will not sink. But you cannot dictate
You
what
mean that it
Mother
will
Nature
sink?
will do. And speaking of that, Jordan, it's 3:57.
Hey, that means I can stop talking to Christopher now. Woo!
Wow.
I was just kidding. Oh, that's so good. I just had to send it. You know, just
I'm sure. Oh, you had to send
gotta-
it. That's
just-
what
just
you
gotta
said.
leave it. You know.
Well,
Hey, everybody! Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. If you are still here from the raid, you are a legend. Keep on keeping on. Make sure that you click on all the fantastic links that Christopher is going to put up here. We got the store link. Make sure you guys buy all the amazing paints that we've been using on stream, most of which have been from the Amp Colors set, which came out back in March.
that's right.
Make sure that you guys can check them out, use them, buy the fantastic things. Also, make sure you guys check out the store locator link, the link where you can find local stores near you, where you can buy all the fantastic product. If there is a store near you that does not carry Pro Krill, please let us know so that we can make sure to change that. Okay? So let us know.
Okay.
I will call on your behalf.
He will.
I will do that. I will engage the store on your behalf so that we can get Pro Krill in there for you.
That's right.
Make sure to let us know. Also, check out the Discord link. Fantastic place. Many thousands of...
Almost 6,000.
Almost 6,000 people.
That's right.
Oh my goodness. Coming around to hang out and watch us paint stuff. Have a good time. Be good nerds. Check out the YouTube link as well. Fantastic place to watch all the VODs and all the cool talk that Christopher's talking.
What?
Christopher's making a bunch of good videos. We got Ryan here to help, and it's going to be awesome. Check out the YouTube, and also we're going to find somebody to raid. So, you guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. I will see you next week.
For some fun win-win
For
time.
some fun win-win time.
That's right.
More painting, more knowledge, more learning. I'm going to keep this going on for one more minute just to piss Christopher off.
You don't have to.
Goodbye, everyone.